What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Monday, March 29th, 2021. It's Monday. Let's shake those Mondays out. Hey, this is all brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress right here in LeGrand. Big red rocking chair on Elm off of Adams. You can't miss it. Go see their website. Go see their showroom. They want to make you comfortable in your own home. And the Daggett family, I mean, they're a staple in this community. They support everything. So go check them out. Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Let's get right into it. This week's streaming schedule for high school sports with LHS, which you'll find right here on our Facebook page, on our YouTube, on the district website, and on the high school athletic and activities page. So tomorrow you have boys varsity and JV soccer against Ontario starting at 4 p.m. Thursday you have girls varsity soccer against Baker at 4 p.m. And then on Saturday, we'll come right back at you with some more girls soccer. LeGrand girls will be taking on Nissa at 2 p.m. Man, this weekend was crazy. This weekend had my blood pressure was wrecked this weekend. So many close games. I got out to a softball game on Saturday. EOU split with Bushnell this weekend, both days. The women's soccer team, they play today. Yesterday they tied, so they're still top 10 in the country. Phenomenal team. Let's talk about the volleyball team. 13-0. They had 2 5-set thrillers this weekend on the road against number 13 Corbin, and they got them both. The second match on Saturday was crazy good. They went down 2 sets, came all the way back to win it. Congratulations, EOU volleyball. You guys are fire. EOU football went to Rocky. They were down 30-16 going into the fourth quarter and pulled a miraculous comeback, winning on a Kai Quinn rushing touchdown in overtime. It was a phenomenal game. This weekend they got C of I at home. Let's go. Let's get them. Let's get C of I. Let's go. And then finally, I got a little clip for you of my boy, All-American Max McCullough. He's about to break the EOU all-time scoring record for basketball. Career scoring record is going down this year to Max McCullough. And on Friday night against NIC, Northern Idaho College, on the road, Max dropped 47 in the win. And then he turns around on Saturday and hits a game winner in overtime and called it. Check it out. My guests, EOU football, top 25. He's a senior. He's a leader on this team. He's the starting running back. It's none other than John Lesser. John Lesser, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh man, it's going. It's that game this weekend was crazy, man.
I know. Like everyone was talking about EOU sports, gave everybody high blood pressure this weekend.
Yeah, seriously, like that's been my thing. Like between the volleyball team, you guys, the basketball team, all come from behind victories. What was your thoughts like? Fourth quarter when that interception comes. What are you thinking?
It's tough. Like going down by maybe two, 3 scores. I mean, we were down by 2 scores at that point. You always think you have a dog in the fight, but of course it's like, dang, this is some tough adversity we have to go through. But once we scored that first touchdown and, less than 2 minutes, I was like, okay, defense, let's get the ball back and let's go do this again. We started driving again that second time, and I'm like, hey, we're going to put this in and we're going to tie it up. Tied it up with about a minute left, and I was like, hey, defense holds. When they lined up for that field goal, I'm like, this dude's hit 2 40-yarders already statistically. I don't know if he's going to hit this one. And it was close. We watched the film, and it goes right next to the upright, just barely outside of it. So, and at that point, we had all the momentum, and we were just ready to go.
Yeah, it looked like it went in on film because of their team's reaction. Their team reacted like it went in.
Yeah, I mean they have short field goal posts there. I mean you come to our stadium and we have those big long ones like they do in the NFL, and so when we went there, it's amazing how much shorter they look. We had that side view too, so it's kind of hard to really tell if it's in or not from the sideline even, but it looked like it was curved. And when we watched film with the back view, it right at the last second curves right there. So, I mean, once that happened, the momentum shifted, and then the whole coin toss fiasco, and we were ready to go.
Yeah. So right now we're halfway through the season, right?
Yes, they did move playoffs back though, so regular season we're halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to end up being a 4-game regular season. Are the playoffs going to be similar? Do you know?
I'm not quite sure right now. We still got our 2 games left, and we take on C of I this weekend, and it's going to be a good game. It's pretty much for the conference right here, so glad to have it at home at Community Stadium. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's. I'm not going to lie. It's the only game I really, 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 really want you guys to win really, really bad.
I mean, C of I, everybody at EOU knows how those C of I game goes, and little rivalry, the I-84 rivalry. We're excited. We're ready to go. We're, getting back, we watched film yesterday, going to get back in the film room today and just get ready to go.
All right, let's talk a little bit about you now. You come from Tri-Cities, Liberty Christian High School. You played 8-man football. You have the national record for rushing yards at the 8-man level.
Yeah, I have the career national rushing yards, the career touchdowns, and the career points scored in 8-man.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Why'd you choose EOU?
I had a little bit of recruiting interest coming out of high school. I knew some people that had me kind of connected to Idaho State and Eastern Washington University. It was more preferred walk-ons. A guy named Rylan Spencer. Shout out to Rylan. He was there for me through the whole recruiting process. He met me my junior year of high school at a camp and really helped push my numbers, my stats, my film out to everybody he could, and really helped me get recruited. I had a lot of D3 interest around the area. There's a ton of these great D3 schools around here. I was really looking at Whitworth. We go to camp there every year. C of I invited me to a weekend, and they were going to offer me. And then I had an official visit to South Dakota School of Mines. They offered me, but I took my visit to Eastern, and every football player will tell you that Coach Camp gives them the car salesman pitch in his office, and you don't walk out of there thinking, I'm going to go play for somebody else. You're like, dang, I want to play for this guy, and I'm coming to EOU. Everybody you talk to, he gives you 48 hours, and he's like, hey, you're going to come play for me? And everyone somehow says yes. Everyone's got the same story on the team.
That's funny because like one of the things about Camp is he could coach at a bigger school.
Oh yeah,
he really could.
Oh yeah,
I mean he could get a job somewhere else. He just chooses to be here, and he loves it here. As far as the team, so depth chart. Last year you were the backup to Vic, right?
Last 2 years I've been playing receiver actually.
Oh, I thought you played a little bit of fullback last year.
I played running back my freshman year, and then we had some injuries happen heading into the fall of my sophomore year, and so they switched me to receiver literally first game week of the season. I was there the last 2 years, and then this last spring when we were going to go into spring ball before it got canceled, they switched me back to running back for this year.
Was that what you wanted? I mean, are you a running back at heart?
Yeah, I mean 8-man football. I played quarterback, but it's just snap back there and just run. So that's kind of been my thing for a long time. I was pretty decent at receiver. It wasn't my, natural spot, but I'm the type of guy that's going to go do whatever coach tells me and work at it and get better at it. I had some pretty good games. I had the great pleasure of working with Brendan Kelly. He's one of my great friends, taught me a ton how to play. But when ultimately came back, camp in the spring was like, you want to go back to running back? And I said, yes.
And then you battled it out and won the starting spot.
Yeah, no, we have a good little group of running backs. Jordan Eggers, he's from Idaho. He plays real well. He's real patient, finds a hole, gets downhill. Nate Reed, freshman. He's getting the hang of it, getting to the speed of college football, but he's gonna be real good real soon. And then Vic Rosas, sadly, he's been out with a little hamstring bug, but he should be coming back here in the next week or two, hopefully he'll get to start running and start going, and maybe he'll get in the rotation too. Excited to see everybody get going.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed out when I saw that Vic wasn't going to play with this.
Yeah, but
hamstring.
he's hard nosed. He's doing the right things, and he'll get back out there and he'll tear it up. I know how he is.
So you guys, your meetings are, by position, basically your Zoom meetings, but what's the chemistry like across the board with this offense and the team is overall?
It's crazy because even with the whole, offense, defense can't necessarily be everywhere at the same time. We can't have full team meetings anymore. This is probably the closest team I've been a part of since, I was a redshirt of that 2016 playoff run team. And this is the best chemistry, the best everything. I mean, you go look at the past few years on the sideline when we had a bad play, everyone was kind of deflated. The offense wouldn't be doing this right, or if the offense is going good, the defense isn't going good, and something was always just kind of holding us back, and you could tell when we'd be deflated. But that Carroll game, you look at the two biggest plays I think from that Carroll game, even the first week, is you watch their running back break off a big old run, and Joey Gutierrez chases him down, all the way across the field. In the past couple of years, I don't think we have, that type of fire in us that we're like, okay, even if we're down, even if we're out of the count, just like this last week in overtime, we're going to do everything we can to claw, to fight, to get back to the point where, puts us in the position to win or puts us in the position to be a big play. And that's across the board, the whole team, the freshmen on the sidelines in the fourth phase, we call it, cheering us on. The defense putting in work, stopping teams. Offense, when a play goes bad, we're just right back up, pushing, just continuing to go, putting big play drives together. So it's crazy that COVID has brought us so much closer, waiting the 490 days to play a game of football. Everyone was itching at it. And I really think everyone, it's different. It's different this year for sure.
Yeah. You don't see a team break off a run like that and still get shut out very often.
No. And I mean, that was before we even scored. That could have been the play to break open the game, and Joey chasing that down. We were more hyped that he chased it down than we were down that they broke off a big run.
Right. So. Which is huge chemistry wise. Would you rather always have to say everything that's on your mind or never be able to speak again?
Oh, I'd rather say everything that's on my mind. I'm already kind of like that. I over explain things. I over talk all the time.
Nice. What are you going to school for?
I'm majoring in fire services administration with a minor in physical education and a minor in health studies.
So that ties into the next question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
So I'm kind of looking into the fire services or emergency services in any capacity. But I actually work at a gym called Elite Athletics Training at my time home. I've been working there kind of on and off since I was a senior in high school. And they offered me a job coming out of college. I get to train, high school athletes at the home gym. And the goal at the end goal is to train professional athletes and travel and do all that. So I'm excited to get into that when I'm done with my college career.
So that's called Elite Athlete Training?
Elite Athletics Training.
Located in Tri-Cities. Tri-Cities? Nice.
Yes, sir.
So who do we got this week? We have C of I at home.
Yes, sir.
Going in, what's the goals?
Man, the goal is to play turnover-free football is the number one thing. We had 2 turnovers in the first 2 games, and that led to, big plays happening, or even the 6 points right off the bat against Rocky because we missed a 4th down and then we fumbled the ball. So turnovers are going to be the biggest thing. If we can control the football, we can play hard and play with the tenacity that we've been playing with this entire year. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. We just do our jobs, hold on to the football, and it's going to be another Mountie dub.
Yeah, if we get this one against C of I, it puts us in a really good position.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So goals personally for you for this year, like what do you want out of this football season?
Man, a lot of people throw up statistics and do all that, but I'm having the most fun playing football I've had in 4 years. My goal is I want to get a conference championship. My goal is I want to continue to play as long as we can this season. Strapping up with these guys every single day, a practice in the games. Like I'm just taking in every single moment. I'm just enjoying this whole process of leading up to the games. It's not just about, you know, the stats or the big game time. I'm just enjoying practice. I'm enjoying the meetings. I'm enjoying being around all these guys before real adult life hits real soon. So my goal is really to just, you know, just take in and savor every single moment and just put every ounce of effort and every ounce of energy I have into making this team better and doing the best I can to help us win.
So this year is a COVID year, so everybody's going to get it back eligibility-wise. Does John Lester see himself coming back next year?
As of right now, I don't think so. I got my job lined up. My wife needs me home. So probably going to be heading back to Tri-Cities and helping athletes out there in the future.
It puts athletes in a really hard predicament, right? I mean, you got to decide whether you have to move on in life or if you have enough time to spare another year. It kind of sucks.
It's tough, and I mean, I've had conversations with camp about it, but I'd love to come back. But it's just such a large chunk of life, and I'm going to be 23, going on 24 by that time rolling around. So it's a tough decision. Like I said, my wife, she's holding down the fort back home, so she definitely deserves me to come back. She sacrificed me leaving right now and let me do my thing while she's running her business and kicking butt over there. So got to come back and put in the work for her too.
Oh, so you guys are doing the long distance thing?
Yeah, she owns a business in the Tri-Cities. She's a hairstylist, and she's doing great over there. So we're doing the long distance right now. It's tough, but we're making it work, and she understands my passion for the game and the fact that this is it. This is the last time I get to strap on the pads and do everything. So she's more excited than I am sometimes. If
a Hollywood producer was going to make a movie about John Lester's life, what would the title be?
Sheesh. I've kind of had you look at my social medias, and I kind of had this, the papers used to do when I was in high school, is lesser is more, lesser for more. That's where I think it would probably head. They play the name game.
Is that your nickname too? Like, do you got a nickname that the guys call you out there?
Some people sometimes call me Johnny, John, Lesser. That's about it. No, there's not really a nickname now.
Nothing cool. Nothing like that really sticks out.
My freshman year, our strength and conditioning line coach called me Lesnar, like Brock Lesnar, and that kind of stuck for about a year. And then Jonesy ended up leaving, so it didn't really stick around too long.
Nice. So athlete wise, who's your idol? Like who'd you look up to as a kid?
Man, so growing up, I was a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan now. I love watching Romo play. That was probably one of my favorite people to just watch. Even when things weren't going around great for him, breaking ribs, collapsing lungs, he'd pull bad defenses, bad lines. He'd pull out something from his bag of tricks and do something. It was fun to watch him. My favorite college running back of all time was Rex Burkhead in Nebraska. Played a couple places in the league with the Bengals and the Patriots. Loved watching him run in college, though. And then everyone loves to watch Christian McCaffrey run. One of my favorite running backs to watch as well.
McCaffrey's a beast, dude.
Oh, my goodness.
You watch that guy work out, and he's just different.
Oh, my goodness.
So you talk about Romo. One of my favorite memes of all time is a Romo meme, dude. It's the coin toss, and Romo's laying on the ground, and the official's flicking the coin, and the caption says, "Get up, Romo! It's only the coin toss."
Nah, come on. I think he gets a lot of hate because he's a Cowboys quarterback. I mean, that's how it is.
Part of the job.
He finally got teams around him, and then all of a sudden his body started to break down. But I think he doesn't get credit where he deserves. But I'll fight to the deathbed for Romo, man. He was better than people give him credit for.
He's a heck of a golfer.
Oh yeah.
Real good golfer. So tell me about your relationship with Camp.
It's good. It's great. He's a great dude. He's helped me, throughout life, making big decisions. He always pours into you to be a better man and than anything than just on the football field. He's always pushing you to do the right things, say the right things, think the right things. I'm thankful for him. He's been like a father figure for me for sure in this part of my life. Different parts of life have different people that step in and teach you things. And in my college life, these big years, he's helped me become a better man than anything. I feel like I can go to him with anything. I can ask him anything. This year, he's really showed a side of him that has been very helpful. And people, I mean, he's just an awesome dude.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. That's pretty much the standard across the board when you ask people about camp.
Oh, yeah.
So with this season, you know, you're going to be moving on shortly. It's time to start adulting, which sucks, by the way, just in case you didn't know that. The football aspect of it, are you going to stay involved in some way?
Oh, for sure. At Elite Athletics Training, we're trying to get, you know, maybe a 7-on-7 league or football camps going. I'll definitely stay involved in it in that way. Craig Lucan's the head coach at Liberty Christian School, where I went to high school. Always looking for help. Small school. My little brother just graduated from there. I'll definitely want to step in there and help as much as I can. Wherever my time lets me, I'm definitely going to be connected to the game in some way, shape, or form.
Nice. Couple more and I'll get you out of here. Do you got your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Let's open it up.
Okay.
What is the first song on your playlist?
First song on my playlist?
The last thing you listened to, yep.
The last thing I listened to was You Are Amazing, Eric Thomas. I was doing a little workout this morning, so I had a little motivation going.
Nice. Eric Thomas, You Are Amazing. All right,
yep.
So let's end it with this question. This is pretty much what I ask everybody. I'm a senior in high school. Camp puts me in front of you and says, John Lesser, recruit Doddsy to come play football at EOU. What are you going to say?
I'm going to tell them all about the experiences and just the pouring in and the relationships of people around here. It's a great community, man. I love seeing people out here. I love seeing people cheer us on from the stands, asking, seeing you on the street and asking about the football team. And then the players, the locker room it's just this bond. It's just a beautiful thing. The seniors to the freshmen, everyone's just there for the same reason. And it's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome thing. And then the coaches, I mean, there's great coaches here that I'll hold dear to my heart for the rest of my life, that I'll probably stay in contact with for a long, long time, including Camp, Coach Woody. Mills was here my first year and he just came back this year, but he's already leaving an impact. Jeff Petty's coming back, Old Mountie coming back to coach the wide receivers, another person that definitely is going to be, a staple in my life for a while. So it's really just the relationships, and with those relationships and the pouring in of making you better, you become a better football player, a better man, and that leads to wins and everything you could ever wish for.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate your time. Let's get that win this weekend against C of I, man.
Yes, sir. Mount up.
Eastern Oregon, he's senior running back John Lesser. I'm Doddsy. We're out. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
He had a really good game this weekend. He ran for over 80 yards. The offense was really clicking. My next guest, I had no idea when I interviewed him that this was not only his first touchdown of his EOU career, and not only his second touchdown, but his third touchdown. He scored 3 touchdowns against Rocky on Saturday, and they were the first 3 touchdowns of his career. He comes from Sheldon High School as a senior. Wide receiver, Tanner Zenke. Tanner, what's up?
How's it going?
You had yourself a little game this weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that dude. So EOU sports this last weekend, my blood pressure was probably like medically scary high.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard about the volleyball and everything about that too.
The basketball team too.
Yeah. I didn't hear what happened with there.
Oh, well, so they were down 113 to 111 with 10 seconds left. Max gets the ball, takes it the whole length of the court, shoots a 3, game winner.
No.
Called it too.
Oh
You can
my
hear
gosh.
it. You can hear it on the video because there's no fans. He called it. He said, "Got it." Yeah,
that's way too sick.
Yeah. So
Dang.
by the time that day was over, my blood pressure was just through the roof, dude.
Yeah.
You're so let's talk about that game a little bit. What was going through your head when you guys were down by 2 touchdowns and Kai throws that interception?
Well, I mean, Kai's been playing great, and that interception wasn't on him at all. I mean, the play there was to get them to jump off sides, and they did. And I mean, obviously, people are going to say different things, but the refs didn't call it, and we thought they did. They were going to, so we thought it was a free play, and he threw it. And I mean, everybody was just like dead serious. I mean, we kind of came into this 4-game season wanting to get a ring and to win out, and especially looking at like kind of how Rocky was carrying themselves through that game. Like it just kind of fired us up even more. And I don't know, there wasn't really a whole lot of doubt in our minds because we knew how explosive our offense was and how our defense can show up in big times, you know.
Yeah, you could tell on video that was a hard count to get them off sides, and you could see on the video that they did jump. And I wasn't putting the blame on Kai at all. I think it was just, I mean, in that situation, you throw the ball up when you think that the defense is off sides, and it just happened to be they didn't call it. So you had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Is that the most you've had in a game since you've been at Eastern?
Those were my first 3 touchdowns ever.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, how awesome is that?
Yeah, I was stoked about it.
Wow, your first your senior year, right? A COVID year, this wacky year, and you go to Rocky Mountain in a pivotal game. I mean, this puts EOU in a position to where if we can if we win one of the next 2, we have a chance at making the play. I mean, we're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
to come up big like that, you've been with the program for 4 years. This is your 4th year, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, to get rewarded like that as a senior, that's super awesome. A lot of hard work goes into that, man. People don't understand that.
Oh yeah, sticking with it for sure. I mean, my freshman year, I came on as a receiver and then got moved to DB, played a whole year as a DB, and then just kind of grinded it out and eventually came up and making some plays my senior year, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. That seems to be like a camp thing, is moving guys around. I mean, Quincy's playing DB this year, and he's a running back at heart, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Joey Aliff got moved to tight end.
Yeah.
And yep.
So let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll move on off of this game. What the Sage DeLong thing, like, what kind of hit is that?
I mean, obviously he's all conference and just an absolute stud on the field, and so to hear him and that he's going to be out, it sucks, but it's more like for the team, we just kind of feel the pain for him. It's not like, okay, it's not like we're like, oh man, we're kind of going to be down now. Like we got one guy that is an elite pass rusher, of course, go down, but I mean, we have a bunch of dudes on our team, and so filling that void is going to be tough just because of the pass rush he brings and just the presence he has. But I mean, I think that we'll kind of cope just fine, and we'll find a way to do different things with the guys we have.
Adapt and overcome. That's what it's all about. So you come from Sheldon High School in Eugene. How did you end up at EOU?
It's kind of a weird story. So throughout my whole high school career, I was going to play baseball, and that's really what I focused on, especially my sophomore, junior, and even senior year. And I was getting looks, but not by a whole lot of people. Oregon State offered me a preferred walk-on for baseball, but I wasn't I wasn't really wanting to do that, and they didn't have a program that I wanted to do because I wanted to be in EMS. And I'd heard that EOU had a FSA program, Fire Service Administration, and so I started looking at them and just sent my film to Coach Woody and Coach Camp, and they seemed to like it. So I came up for a visit, and basically Coach Camp gave me, I think it had to have been only like 2 or 3 days after the visit for me to commit. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Camp's all about sealing the deal quick.
Yeah.
So every guy you'll talk to, it's like
48-hour
sway
rule.
you. Yeah, he'll sway you like you've never been swayed before.
I just got done speaking with Lesser, and he said that Camp's recruiting is like a car salesman. Like he just brings you in there and hammers you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Pretty much everybody on the team, you'll talk to them and they'll say the same exact thing. Like he'll sell anything to you.
So, tell me about your relationship with Camp.
It's really good. I mean, even like from when I stepped on campus, I don't know. I'll just kind of pop in his office and just have a regular conversation. And he's one of those coaches that you can get along with really easily. I think, especially this year, it's been really easy for the other guys that kind of weren't as comfortable with him to get to know him and be around him and ask questions that maybe seem like dumb questions. But I don't know. He's just a good person in general. Better person than coach, I think.
I agree.
That's saying something.
I say this to everybody. I think he could coach at a much bigger school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think he chooses to be here because he loves it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely loves Eastern.
Yeah,
for sure.
Would you rather lose your keys or your cell phone?
Oh man.
I always lose my cell phone.
You'd rather lose your cell phone?
Yeah, mostly because last year I lost my. I didn't lose my cell phone. My cell phone broke, and so I was without it for like 3 months, and because I sent it into Apple, and they had it in their warehouse for like 2.5 months, and I called them and was like, hey, you guys gonna send that back? And they're like, we don't have it. And I said, I swear to you, I sent it in. They're like, oh, well, let me check the warehouse really quick. So they checked the warehouse and it was there. So yeah. And then this year I was duck hunting, and I fell asleep on the edge of the pond, and my cell phone went in the water.
Nice.
And I was without a phone for like another month. So I kind of know what it's like to be without a phone.
I tell everybody, dude, if I didn't have kids or a job, I would not have a cell phone.
Yeah.
We waste way too much time like this, man. I walk into the doctor's office the other day, and there was like 10 people in the waiting room from age like 80 to like 20, and every single person in there was on their cell phone.
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to school for?
So I'm doing the Fire Service Administration degree, and eventually I'm gonna get my paramedics. I'm not staying for fall ball, because I don't know, I'm just kind of getting my life along, going to Lane Community College, hopefully for the paramedic program, and that's going to be taking about a year or so. Knocking my prereqs and everything out right now. I got my EMT license last year, so just kind of on the road to do that.
My best friend did the fire services program at EOU. He is now he's got his nursing certificate now, and he's a life flight paramedic in South Dakota, actually.
Oh, really?
I've actually looked into that a little bit. That seems like an awesome job.
Well, yeah, with the pipeline and everything, it pays really well too. They give you a housing stipend because of the cost of living is just ridiculous over there. You got a bunch of rich dudes, because they're all working on the pipes.
No.
So after, obviously, you said you want to be an EMT. Do you have any plans of being involved in football after?
Actually, I really want to be a high school coach at the least. I don't know. I've been told that I am a decent teacher, so I think that I really want to do that. And football has just kind of brought so much, I don't know, happiness to me in my life, and gave me so much that I really think that I could like pass my knowledge down to kind of younger kids, and not just about football, just about life and how the recruiting process works and pretty much everything.
Right.
So I really want to be involved with that.
Good for you. Would you rather get rich through hard work or win the lottery?
Well, that's a
Really good question, because I mean,
I feel like it's
different if you got kind of some guy that's not doing anything, that just wins the lottery, and then you got a guy that just kind of does the lottery for fun and just wins it, and he's been busting his butt in life in general,
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot more gratification if you win it through hard work, but I don't know if I could answer that question, honestly.
Either way, I mean, it's a tough position to be put in. I don't even know if I really would want to win the lottery, because then, your cousins that you never even met just show up out of the woodwork,
Sure. Oh yeah.
So as for goals this year for the football team, you said that you won't be coming back. You this year doesn't count eligibility wise. What do you have for goals? Like personal?
Personally, I mean, this kind of has to do with the team, but just win a ring. That's something that I've wanted for, I mean, these last 4 years. In my whole college career, I don't think I've had a winning season. And so it would be awesome to kind of go through this process and end up winning a ring, especially with all the things that we've gone through. And
absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd really like to be first conference wide receiver guy. I missed a game last week because of my hamstring, but I mean, I really want to just kind of bust my butt and be first conference and I don't know, be recognized a little bit.
Absolutely. Was this game this last Saturday, is it your most memorable game ever? Like,
I think so. I think for like people, I think that it was how people would remember me. But my freshman year, we had a game. It was also against Rocky at Rocky, and we had a dime package where I went in and I had to guard this guy that was, I think he was like 6'3", 6'4", like 230 or something like that, and he was tight end, and I made a couple plays that broke up some passes on the goal line, and we ended up winning that game, and that was just insane. And I think that's probably up there for sure too.
Nice. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No,
It doesn't belong there.
No, it doesn't. What's your favorite food?
Oh, people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I wouldn't want it all the time, but probably pan fried oysters.
Oh, yum.
yeah.
They got this place in Salem. It's a omelet house. I can't remember what it's called. I lived in Dallas for 20 years. So I've been on the west side of the state quite a bit. But they got this place in Salem. It's an omelet house, and they have a pan-fried oyster omelet that is just fire.
Whoa.
Man,
It's
I gotta
so
try
good,
that.
man. And I love it when you
Yeah.
go to like one of those nice winery buffets and they got, the brunches and they got
Uh-huh.
pan-fried oysters.
Oh, yeah.
heavenly.
I gotta get those every time.
So I'm going to ask you. We're only going to touch on this just for a second because this is about
Mhm.
you. This isn't about anybody else. But did you know, playing with Herbert in high school? Did you know he was going to be what he is?
I knew he was gonna go and do great things in college. Just because how he slung it, he'd make a 60-yard bomb off his back foot look easy, and his stature is just, it's pretty much everything anybody would want in a quarterback. But I didn't realize that he would just tear up the NFL like he did. Like he's grown a whole lot too. There's things in high school where I was kind of questioning some things, but like people have said through his kind of development and whatnot, like he's really kind of hushed those things that were bad about him,
Yeah. Next week we got this Saturday at home, 1:00. No spectators again. The Frontier Conference is not allowing any spectators, but we have C of I, and that's basically, is that homecoming essentially?
Yeah.
I think that either way, there's going to be a bunch of people that show up just because
on the
it's C of
fence.
I. Oh yeah, and we've been wanting to beat them forever.
Please.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we beat them in 4 years. So.
Oh man, we got to get them this year.
I know.
So what's the team's approach to that this week? What's it look like? Obviously it's early in the week, but what's it? What's that look like?
I don't think we're gonna switch up a whole lot of offense. I think that our game plan is to kind of wear them down with the run, which is what we've been doing with all the teams, and eventually just hit them over the top or just get some yards with a pass play every now and then, just kind of so they're not really expecting it. But it's pretty much the same game plan that we've been going with.
Good. Couple more questions and I'll get you out of here. Do you got your phone handy?
Yep.
Pull it out.
All right.
What's the last song that you listened to on your playlist?
Coming in Hot by Lecrae and Andy Mineo.
Nice. I use that song on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
It's too easy not to.
I don't even know if I was actually listening to it or not. I think it just connected to my truck, but
nice. Yeah. So I basically end the interview with this question for pretty much everybody. Okay. And I like it because it just, it gives people an idea of like your impression of the area of EOU and of EOU football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a senior in high school. Camp puts me in front of you and tells Tanner Zenke to recruit Dodsey to come play football at EOU. What are you going to tell me?
I'm going to say,
if you want the best college experience for football, especially, I would come here, even if you aren't a guy that is going to play right away or even at all. Like you're gonna have that same relationship with all those guys in the locker room that you did in high school. And I think that's what people miss the most about high school is just that relationship with those guys and being not looked down on by anybody. It is like it's a job here for sure, and you gotta bust your butt for it. But if you do that, then you're gonna be you're going to have those same relationships with everybody, and nobody's going to just kind of kick you to the side.
Nice.
That's
This guy right here scored his first 3 touchdowns this last weekend as a Mountie. I had no idea it was your first touchdown of your career. That's so awesome. Let's get a couple more against C of I, and let's get that W against C of I. I appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, man, I'm all about like giving some love to seniors, and you were on my list anyways, even before this last weekend, and this just put the icing on the cake, and so impressive. And Eastern Oregon, he's EOU senior wide receiver Tanner Zenke. I'm Dodzy, and we're out. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Man, what a huge game. Senior year, you get your first touchdown, and then you go off for 2 more. How exciting is that? I'm pumped, man. I love doing this. I love talking to these guys. And none of it would be possible if it wasn't for Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Like I say, it's that big red rocking chair on Elm Street. Usually there's a big white pickup outside. Go inside. Check out their showroom. Check out their website. You won't be disappointed. They want to make you comfortable in your own home. Man, Mondays, for some reason, Mondays are always fly by. Like they just cruise. I'm super excited about everything that's happening. We got Rocky Mountain at home. We got some home basketball games coming up. The high school is going to be transitioning into spring sports next. So it'll be like baseball, track and field, softball. Super excited about that. There's a lot of good things happening. Things are starting to open up sports-wise. Pay attention, man. And one more thing. The contest out at Buffalo Peak for the Masters. Brother Bear is going to team up with us on that for sponsorship for the prize. We couldn't be more excited about that. All you got to do is email 2 golfers to either Dana or myself, or sign up when you're out there. Write it on Dana will have a board out there, and Dana has a best ball thing, and you can win a prize, and it's free. That's all I got for you on a Monday, Eastern Oregon. I appreciate you. I'm Dodzy, and I'm out.